Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
I love chatting to Jacinda Ardern. And her, as I said in the interview, her book begins with a dilemma that many couples, but particularly women, have had to face. You want to be pregnant, but the timing is wrong. Not wrong, tricky. Where are your priorities? It's so, so hard. She's waiting to hear if she's going to be Prime Minister. She's trying to form a deal with other factions to see if she's going to be Prime Minister.
She's got the pregnancy testing kit.
She's got a pregnancy test sitting on the counter. Those two things are existing at the same time. And this is what she said.
Yeah.
Did you feel in that moment, I can make both work?
No.
And it's so hard.
It would be hard.
It is really, like I did years of IVF, so you cannot control the timing of anything.
No. And
you think, is now a bad time, is now a good time? Please, anytime. But for so many couples, men and women, it can come at the trickiest time.
Well,
of course,
it's easy for guys, though. It's kind of, your life goes on.
It's much easier for guys. It certainly is. But at the same time, what if you're waiting for a promotion that's going to have you travelling overseas or something like that? As a couple, the timing can be tricky.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd hear your stories. The tribal drum is beating. We're charmingly calling it this. Bad time to get knocked up.
No.
It all ends up being great. Of course it does.
It does.
But when you're in the soup of the moment, you're going, wow, could this have been at a trickier time?
Karen has joined us.
What was the timing, Karen? What was going on for you?
Good morning. I was told by doctors that I wouldn't fall pregnant easily and all of that sort of thing. So being pregnant was not something that I was thinking about. And my husband and I were just about to sign for a house, to purchase a house. And my mum kept saying, you're pregnant. And I'm like, she bought a pregnancy test. And I'm like, all right, I'll do the test just to make you stop telling me what you think, And it turns out I was pregnant.
And so were you about to sign for a house, meaning that you needed your income and all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So we didn't end up getting the house because we didn't know how well I'd be during pregnancy and all of that sort of thing. So we didn't end up purchasing the home.
And it was your mum that said, take the test.
Yeah, and it turns out I was 11 weeks pregnant.
Wow.
And so now have you got baby and house?
Baby and another baby and a house,
Oh,
yes.
great. So, I know, but
homeless.
I often think about it. I really have great empathy for women when this happens. You get a new job or something like that happens.
Right. And you can't stop yourself. As I know from my IVF years, your life has to go ahead because you may not end up with a bundle in your arms.
Yeah.
So you have to have a life.
You got to have a life.
You got to have a life.
I'm glad that everything's working out for
Thanks,
you, Karen.
Karen.
Thank you. Tracy has joined us.
Hello, Tracy. What was the poor timing for you?
Good morning. Like you, Amanda, I did the old IVF journey, and like your previous caller, I was told that, age was one of those things and I was not going to be fortunate enough to have a baby. So we did the IVF journey, started a new job, everything was going great. It was time to go for our transfer.
Transfer, do you mean an IVF transfer? This is where they put the embryos back in?
Yes, to do all that. I just started a new job. I remember saying to my professor at the time, I've got a work conference that day. Can we change the transfer date?
And he looked at you like you were an idiot?
He did. He said no.
And because your whole body, the whole timing of the drugs is to take it to a certain moment. You can't control any of the timing. It's so hard.
Yeah, and my husband said, it's not like we're going grocery shopping here, Trace. We're trying to have a baby. I'm like, okay, so I have to fess up and tell my new workplace, I can't come. I'm trying to have a baby.
And did you get a baby, Tracy?
I did. She's 18 in October.
Brilliant.
And how did you go in the job? You stayed in the job?
They were quite empathetic. My area manager actually said to me, Tracy, I knew you were trying to have a baby. I was just waiting for you to come and let us know that this is a journey that you were taking. You've got nothing to worry about.
See, your boss was a woman. It makes a difference.
But also Walt Disney famously, Julie Andrews waited until, she had 3 kids. He wanted her to play Mary Poppins, always saying, I want you for Mary Poppins. He waited 7 years.
Really?
Because he knew that she was right for the role. And she said, no, I'm having a baby. And he goes, well, when you finish having that baby.
Really?
And then he'd call her and he goes, no, but I'm having another baby. And then, so Walt had the patience.
And ironically, rather than freezing embryos, he froze his own head. Like, I'll never let it go. I know it's not true, but I'll never let it go.
You know that. Ben's with us. Hello, Ben.
Hello, Ben.
Morning, guys. Love your work.
Thank you, Ben.
What was the timing, Ben?
First of all, Jacinta, I thought her vulnerability was just beautiful. It was
Wasn't
amazing.
she the loveliest person to talk to? I was so taken with her.
Very nice lady.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
So look, here's my yarn. Almost 19 years ago, my son was ready to be born. My wife was in labour with our first child, and we just moved into a new house. It was a complete mess. But here's the kicker, guys. My wife was an accountant, and she was in the middle of end-of-year financial reporting for a company which was also registered with the stock exchange. And the boss had said, you need to get these numbers to me because otherwise our company will be, delisted. So she goes into labour. We go ahead and have the baby after 36 hours of labour where she kicked me across a birthing ward.
Yeah.
But on the Monday morning, her laptop arrived with a giant teddy and a box of chocolates. Day 1 birth, in recovery after having a massive cesarean operation to have the baby removed. He's almost 19 now. He's healthy, happy. We've got 3 boys. But I'll never forget the fact that her boss had to hide to send her laptop on the Monday morning saying, those numbers, please. Congratulations.
There you go.
And we look forward to seeing you back at work very soon. And she's back at work a week later when she wasn't even supposed to be driving.
A week later?
Wow. Did she work on that Monday and get the figures in? I'm anxious for everybody.
Amanda, she did, and the company was not delisted.
See, imagine that. Imagine the pressure of that. This is what people don't appreciate, the pressure of we're going to delist the company if you don't finish these things and you've just had a 36-hour labour that's ended in a caesarean and a newborn baby in your arms.
Where are you going to put that?
Wow, Ben.
You wouldn't be able to sit the laptop anywhere.
No.
Certainly not in your lap.
Oh, my goodness. What a story. Thank you, Ben.